A negotiation involves two parties moving from their original positions and making concessions to reach a win-win agreement they can both commit to. Like a game, both parties are playing to win, while adhering to specific rules that are either implicit or agreed in advance. Negotiations take place in 6 phases: preparation and planning, opening, exploring, testing, bargaining and closing. The difference between a good deal and a bad one comes down to the effectiveness of the preparation and planning phase. Having a plan, even if you don't stick to it, will boost your confidence ahead of a negotiation. Collect information on both your own and the other party's position to analyse for strengths and weaknesses. Keep objectives realistic. Consider what concessions you're willing to make after working out your ideal position and the limits of your negotiation area. The opening phase establishes the levels of rapport and the negotiation stances of the two parties. A warm rapport and a tough stance are recommended as they ensure things are friendly while showing that you mean business. A negotiation begins when one party makes a proposal. Keep yours brief, talk in general terms and leave room to maneuver. Where possible, try to get the other party to make their proposal first. As information is power in negotiation, the aim of the exploring phase is to learn about the other party's position without revealing too much about your own. You can achieve this by using a variety of questioning techniques, including open questions to widen the discussion and leading questions in an attempt to reach an agreement or win a concession. Your aim is to get concessions that are important to you while giving away those that are less important. It's still considered a win-win situation if the other party is happy with what they get. The scope of the negotiation arena is discovered during the testing phase, using proposals and counter-proposals. The negotiation arena shows where agreement is possible and is determined by the area in which the two parties' positions overlap. It's important to test how firm the other party's proposals are, while remembering to include areas where negotiation is possible in your own. The deal starts to take place during testing, but it's during the bargaining phase that you'll explore possible agreements, trade concessions, and handle conflict. Look for any unseen implications in proposals and never give a concession without asking for something in return. Some parties may resort to threats, although they should be avoided as they can damage long-term relationships and make future negotiations difficult. If threats are made, you should keep your cool, use your head, and never respond aggressively. What about closing the deal? There are several techniques you could use to close the negotiation, including the incremental close, a step-by-step process, and the assumptive close, the presentation of a packaged proposal as your final offer. When a finalized agreement has been reached, it should be written up as soon as possible, preferably with both parties present to avoid confusion. Once signed, this is the agreement you're stuck with, and no further negotiations should take place. It's important that you don't get emotionally involved in a negotiation, as it can weaken your position, particularly if you lose your temper. Remember that, during a negotiation, you're trying to secure the best deal for your party, while ensuring the outcome is still win-win. Therefore, you need to be prepared, only give concessions when getting something in return, and remain emotionally detached throughout.